Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to take a look at a case study that focuses on using in-depth research to open up a door of opportunity. I've discussed this topic before in this case study in a previous video, but I've gotten a lot of feedback and questions, so I thought I would go into much greater depth to show how you can use research as leverage to open up doors of opportunity. Now, several years ago, and this is probably pretty close to 15 years ago, I was contacted by a young lady who was probably in her mid-20s who wanted to go to work from the emerging Starbucks Corporation. This is back in the day when Starbucks was located in the Pacific Northwest and had not gone worldwide. She wanted to secure a position as a merchandise manager. She really did not have any retail merchandising experience other than some experience as a fashion merchandiser. She had tried unsuccessfully to get connected into Starbucks. She wrote letters, she dropped her resume off at the front door, she tried to find some contacts. Now this is many years before we had the internet and LinkedIn and other ways to connect with people, but this story is still relevant to this day. So she came to me and wanted my guidance to find out if I could help get her in the front door. And I said if she was willing to do the work, and go through the extensive amount of time, energy, and effort, I could get her in front of some people. And so she said, what the heck, let's go. And so she engaged my services. And here's what I had her do from a research standpoint. Before we ever even tried to connect with the company, I had her visit 3 different Starbucks locations. This is back when I lived in Oregon, and I had her go to a Starbucks in a high-rise building in downtown Portland, Oregon. I had her drive down to Salem, Oregon to visit a Starbucks in a small rural community town, and I had her visit a Starbucks location out in Multnomah County in a strip mall. On 3 successive days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I had her go into those stores at 10 a.m., do a traffic count from 10 to 11 while she sat and had a cup of coffee. I had her evaluate how the products were merchandised throughout the store. I had her evaluate the customer service. And then at the end of the hour, I had her go up and interview the Starbucks manager. And we were very honest. I had her tell the Starbucks manager she was interested in a position at Starbucks in merchandising. She asked the store manager the name of the vice president of merchandising for Starbucks. So we gained lots of great insight and information. I then had her walk around the neighborhood, around the block, and evaluate competition. Were there any other coffee shops or premium coffee shops? And really none in those days. And then after those 3 days, I then had her write up a summary of all of her observations. It was probably the most important term paper that she ever wrote in her life. I then had her submit her summary, which was almost 10 pages in length, which included her observations at the stores and a summary of the interviews that she had. I had her submit that to that vice president of merchandising, back in those old days when we used to write letters. The net result is that within 2 weeks, she had an interview with the vice president of merchandising and was hired as a regional merchandising manager. Now, the principles behind this story from over 15 years ago are still relevant to this day. And whether you are looking for an entry-level position or as a position for CEO of a major corporation, the same strategies kind of apply. So what I'd like to do now is take a look at some pointers on online research and on field research that you can conduct to give you some leverage in opening doors of opportunity and having a winning interview for that next opportunity. Now, because of the complexity and breadth and depth of this discussion on this topic, we have broken the video into 2 parts. So this will conclude part 1, and there will be a link here to part 2. Hope you enjoy, and if you do so, please hit the like button.